Expired. Chair recognizes
Thank
the
you.
gentleman from Louisiana, Mr. Higgins, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, a major threat to our homeland is clearly the arterial bleed at our southern border and the disintegration of our sovereignty down there. And the top threat to individual rights and freedoms for Americans from sea to shining sea, Mr. Wray, is the weaponization of the FBI against the American citizens that you've sworn to serve. Secretary Mayorkas, for the record, are you aware or have you authorized CBP agents to release illegal aliens into America without identifying, screening, or vetting them properly, or harvesting even basic biometric data like fingerprints?
Congressman, our nation's sovereignty stands strong, and our brave men and women in the Border Patrol and throughout U.S. Customs.
Are you aware or have you authorized CBP agents to release illegal aliens into America without having properly vetted, identified them, or collected at least basic biometric data like fingerprints?
Congressman,
I mean, you got millions coming across.
Congressman, our
Gentleman from, Ms. Higgins, allow the secretary to answer.
It's my time, Mr. Chairman. If I want to reclaim my time, I will.
Yeah,
I'm going to move on without an answer. Mr. Chairman, are you asking for me to yield you time?
no, I'm the chair.
Then I'm going to reclaim my
No,
time.
look, we don't.
Moving on,
No,
Secretary
look,
Mayorkas.
the gentleman from.
Are you interrupting my time, Mr. Chairman? Or are you
well,
requesting me to use you time?
I'm trying to make sure that we conduct.
You're interfering with my 5 minutes, Mr. Chairman.
Well, then the gentleman will
If you request me to yield you time, I'll give you time.
No, but that's not the procedure.
But that is the procedure.
It is not.
Yes,
not.
it is.
So.
Of course it is.
Look.
I
Mr.
reclaim my time, and I want this time back. Secretary Mayorkas,
look,
have you used your authority to suppress exculpatory
Secretary,
evidence
Mr. Secretary.
presented by CBP agents who've come under public attack and condemnation by DHS and the Biden administration? Have you used your authority to suppress exculpatory evidence presented by CBP agents who've come under public attack and condemnation by you and the Biden administration?
2 points, if I may, Congressman. Number one, in response to your second question, I don't even know what you're referring to. And with respect to your first
I'll
question,
take that as that you're on the record as saying
Customs-
no,
U.S.
that you have
Customs-
not used your authority to suppress exculpatory evidence. If you're an honorable man, then obviously you should be able to say no to that. Who would suppress exculpatory evidence? Is your answer no?
I don't even know what you're referring to, Congressman.
You will.
And if I may, in
Secretary
response to-
Mayorkas, have you used your authority to retaliate against DHS agents who served on special details during the Trump administration, agents identified by your administration as conservatives or Trump supporters?
Once again, Congressman, I don't even know what you're referring to.
You're before Congress. I'm going to take that as a no. Through your authority, Secretary Mayorkas, have you encouraged your chain of command to suppress basic law enforcement actions at the border and harass or victimize or intimidate experienced frontline law enforcement agents at the border using internal investigations and threats of disciplinary action or transfer in order to force those agents to comply with DHS policies that actually injure the security of our homeland and are contrary to the sworn oath of those agents? Is that the culture you've created?
Congressman, I don't even know what you're referring to.
You will.
And I am
Secretary
dedicated to
Mayorkas,
building
final
a
question,
culture
good sir.
of honor and
It's been
service
rumored-
and nobility throughout the Department of Homeland Security. That is
You
what
represent
that is what I am
nobility,
dedicated-
Secretary Mayorkas?
Congressman, that is what I am dedicated to.
It's been rumored, Secretary, that you're going to resign prior to January the 3rd. Is any truth to those rumors?
That is a false rumor.
All right. We look forward to seeing you in January. Director Wray, does the FBI have confidential human sources? Did the FBI have confidential human sources embedded within the January 6th protesters on January 6th of 2021?
Well, Congressman, as I'm sure you can appreciate, I have to be very careful about what I can say about when we
Even
are-
now, because that's what you told us
May I
2 years
finish?
ago.
May I finish? About when we do and do not, and where we have and have not used confidential human sources. But to the extent that there's a suggestion, for example, that the FBI's confidential human sources or FBI employees in some way instigated or orchestrated January 6th, that's categorically false.
Did you have confidential human sources dressed as Trump supporters inside the Capitol on January the 6th prior to the doors being opened?
Again, I had to be very careful.
It
in
should
what
be
I
a
can
no. Can you not tell the American people, no, we did not have confidential human sources dressed as Trump supporters positioned inside the Capitol on
Gentleman's
January
time
the
has
6th?
expired.
You should not read anything into my decision
Ms.
not to share information
Director
about
Wray,
confidential human
gentleman's
sources.
time has expired.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
All of our witnesses are here today as guests of the committee to discuss threats to the homeland. As our guest, we owe our witnesses respect, and the subject matter of today's hearing deserves thoughtfulness. The chair encourages all members to be polite and to take today's worldwide threats hearing seriously. Chair
Mr. Chairman, may I
recognized-
I just add briefly,
Yes.
just so I understand my colleagues, my side of the aisle. If the chairman speaks, he has the authority to speak at any time he wants. If he speaks, we will make sure you get your time back. So going forward, just understand that, okay?